Come on, let's go outside. Let's take a walk in the sun. There are things to learn and things to see. A big wide world for you, your dog, and me. Dog Talk. Hi guys, and welcome to Dog Talk. I'm Pat Becker, my co-host, Mack Troy over here, Nancy Haddock, who has Twister Agility, and Ryan Ford. How are you?
Good.
Your beautiful dog. This is a Portuguese water dog. Where did you get him?
We actually got him from some friends in Albuquerque. They just had a couple litters, and we went to visit, and I got him.
You know, this is a wonderful breed. Do you know something about this breed?
Yes.
Tell me.
Their nickname is Velcro Dog, and it's very much true. He follows me everywhere, and even if I go to the bathroom or something, he'll like scratch at the door. He just always wants to be near me.
And do you know anything about the history of these dogs?
I know that they are used for fish herding. Mm-hmm. And they have little webbed paws, and that helps them swim.
Yes, and they were great. They pulled a lot of things, little carts and things. They were great with the kids, and actually the aristocracy of this particular area used to get these dogs and have little races with their pulling children. It was so darling. You know, the little carts are wide, and they would be up there, and some of them doubled. Oh, it's really interesting with these dogs. Sometime if you have a lot of time, I'll tell you about that. So he is the dog of the week, and we are so pleased. His name is Mack, so that we can remember that, for goodness sakes. And he's what, 9 months, 10 months?
Yeah, he'll be 10 months on the 1st.
Yeah, he looks like it. But this is going to be a large dog. These kinds of dogs, this particular breed of dog, does make a very good family dog, I might say. They are very laid back. They have a lot of energy. But with people, they are good. With other dogs, you know, they as adults, they can get a little priority, you know, with their owners and what have you, as kind of like a guarding aggression. But these dogs are super dogs. They do have a lot of activity, as I say, and a lot of sporting inside of them. They can do most anything. But I'm so pleased that you brought him, because this is the first time that we've had one on. So Nancy, you are his teacher?
Yes, Ryan's been taking agility classes with him, and he's absolutely wonderful.
No kidding.
Yeah, always ready to go.
I am so pleased. Yes, they are. That's the thing about them. They are clingers. They absolutely get so close to their handlers, to their owners, you know, that it's a wonderful feeling of connection. So we have made your Bubby here a Dog of the Week, and this is a $100 gift certificate to you from A1 and Pet Emporium. And we have all kinds of goodies for this baby. Now, does he like, I've got some balls in here because I knew he would.
All sorts of stuff.
Do you like that? Is that good? Is that squeaky toy? Yeah, that's a good fun toy. Yes, it is. And look at this one. Look here, Mack. Look here, Mack. What is that? Oh, Mack said, I'll take that one. I'll take that one. Yeah, get it. Get that ball. I love that. Yes, I'm going to do this thing.
Oh, yeah,
Thank you so much for bringing him. We really appreciate it. Having a Portuguese water dog on is just a pleasure. Oh, they are a wonderful breed. Boy, if I could have one each, I'd take them all. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
A1 Pet Emporium is Oklahoma's authority on healthy nutrition for dogs and cats. Quality does not have to cost more, and we only have the best. If your pet suffers from allergies, digestive issues, skin infections, or hair loss, it may be the result of their diet. A1 Pet Emporium can help. We offer pet portraits monthly, adorable rescue animals every Saturday from noon to 4, and free dog and cat food samples. Locally owned and operated, we want to be your neighborhood pet store.
So recently we had a contest on our Facebook page, and we had contacted Dovey Ryan, and we contacted Susan Stoker. How are you all? This is my co-host, Mack Troy, and I guess you all have kind of met from there. And it was a wonderful contest because I have tried very hard to get people to understand how much they need a trainer, the value of a trainer. It is so important. Kids, you know, adults, when they get a dog and they get a puppy and they bring it home, the puppy just sort of grows up, and if they don't know what they're doing, can have many, many problems. And as we have talked before, Dovey, many of those dogs wind up in shelters
Yes, they do.
because of behavioral problems.
Correct.
And trainers like you, and that's the important thing. If you can get a dog connected with a person, interact with them, they not only become closer, but they understand each other, they read each other very easily, and so you don't have those problems that often, and that's what's good. Now, you run the award for being a sports trainer and that sort of thing, and so tell me about your business.
Well, it's not a business, it's a club.
Ah.
And we train dogs through many different aspects, but for my particular part, it's agility, nose work, rally, all of the other things that pertain to activities with the dog.
Oh, so important. I have stressed every time I talk with someone about the importance of getting that dog off the couch and out of the backyard and doing something. Activity, as I say, it brings people closer. So Susan, tell me about your organization.
Well, I run Feeding the Pets of Tulsa's Homeless. We operate from Tulsa Animal Welfare, our municipal shelter in Tulsa, and we provide dog food, collars, leashes, harnesses, other things that homeless people need for their animals. And the goal of our program was to help people stay connected with their dogs while they may be going through something difficult in their lives and may not have a home. We wanted them to be able to keep their pets until they can transition back into housing.
So this fascinates me because how many dogs do you place? How many, dog facilities do you do? I don't think we are consciously aware of how many homeless that there are in our cities. We don't see them very often,
Right.
But obviously you do. So tell me, how many have you helped, would you say?
We've helped several hundred.
Wow.
Every week we're giving out almost 1,000 pounds of food in that's packaged in 1 gallon Ziploc bags. So we give out a lot of food.
Yeah, and it's called Feeding the Pets for Tulsa Homeless.
Feeding the Pets of Tulsa's Homeless, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if a person wanted to donate, I assume that your funds are from what?
Everything that we give out is 100% donations.
So
nothing's
you are a
paid by the city.
501c3?
We are not. We actually operate out of Tulsa Animal Welfare,
Okay.
which is a municipal shelter for the
Right.
city, and we are a side program of Tulsa Animal Welfare.
So not being a 501c3, it sort of limits your ability to get funds this way.
Correct.
So people just mail you a check?
Sometimes. A lot of people donate food directly to us.
Ah, okay.
Or
So
we
you
have an
have
Amazon wish list that people...
A wish list,
Yep.
excellent, excellent. So if a person wanted to donate to this facility, how would they do that?
They can contact me at the shelter, or they can just go ahead and send in a donation, care of Feeding the Pets of Tulsa's Homeless at Tulsa Animal Welfare.
That certainly works for me. And we were so pleased that everyone participated in this. And you did get the volume of bids on this, and everybody loves you, obviously, and it's a pleasure meeting you. And I hope you won't stop doing what you're doing anytime soon, because from what I understand, you're really helping a great many people.
I appreciate that.
So we have this to give to you, and you may give it to whomever. This is a $500 check.
Thank you. Thank you.
And the contest was such, folks, that the winner had the opportunity to give a cash amount to their favorite charity or rescue, if it was a dog thing. So we also want to honor you because you are so special in everybody's mind. And we're going to do this each year to have this contest because there's so many wonderful trainers in our areas. And I have for you a $100 gift certificate to A1 Pet Emporium. Before you leave town, you need to run over there. This is for your personal dogs.
Thank you.
And I do have also a plaque that I'd like to read for you. Dog Talk celebrates the value of Oklahoma dog trainers. Our congratulations, Dovey Ryan, 2016 Oklahoma Sports Trainer of the Year, for your great gift of knowledge to your students who experience the joys of interacting with their dogs. And we congratulate you.
Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you and everything that you do. So as I say, please don't stop. We need you. Susan, thank you so much for coming over, both of you. It has just been a pleasure. And we're going to take a quick break, guys. We'll be right back.
Each year, a shelter of this size houses 140 animals. Each of them lost, abandoned, or surrendered by their owners. If the parents of these animals had been spayed or neutered, this shelter would be empty today. There are lots of reasons people don't spay or neuter their pets. They think it costs too much, And yet there are so many low-cost spay and neuter clinics that can help you afford to do the right thing. People think they can make money breeding their dogs. They soon find out that they lose money. Breeding should be left to professionals, whose mission is to improve their breed of dog. Some people just keep putting it off. Then one day, their female gets out of the yard and is accidentally bred. How sad.
I've just adopted this big guy right here, and I'm gonna name him Bruno. Bruno's heartworm tested, rabies vaccinated, and he's been neutered, which is gonna prevent potential medical issues. Plus, he's gonna stray less, he's gonna mark his territory less, and he's gonna be the same old dog. Neutering makes sense.
Some of the animals here today will be adopted by families who are willing to take responsibility of their care and make them a loving part of their family. But in some shelters, healthy, innocent pets like those will die simply because of overcrowding.
People who don't spay and neuter their pets are contributing to this problem. Please, tell your friends and neighbors.
Help us spread the word.
Hey Dog Talk fans, make sure you join the conversation on social media. Just go to facebook.com/dogtalktv. We'd love to hear a story of your furry friend, so send us an email to pat@dogtalktv.com. You could be featured as our Dog of the Week. Now, enjoy the show.
So, Karen Hickman, it's good to have you.
Thank you, Pat.
You know, you are part of this contest that we did. We also did besides the sports thing, we did one for obedience. So Kim Bowman was nominated for this and won the award. She could not be with us here today, and so we are sad about that.
Absolutely.
But we have you, and you are with the Enid SPCA.
Correct. I'm the board president of the Enid SPCA.
So tell me something about it, and Enid. How are things in Enid?
Things are going very well for the Enid SPCA. We are an organization with many hats. We receive a large number of grants for low-cost spay and neuter programs.
Excellent.
We have a food bank that we provide free food for citizens who really just need that extra help with their pets. We have certainly a shelter in which we have cat colonies and indoor and outdoor dog runs for dogs that we will adopt. And we also partner very closely with the Enid Animal Shelter. And we're now taking dogs from the Enid Animal Shelter into our facility and transitioning them to their adoptable home.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And we have a facility here, Central Oklahoma Humane, which does basically the same kind of thing. And it is so super, and so the value of it is enormous. Those little dogs come into a shelter and they're traumatized already. And this just, the being traumatized is just a hard thing, the stress of being there. So you are a great facility for taking these dogs and giving them a quieter atmosphere, getting them adopted. So you have fosters and that sort of thing, I assume?
We have some fosters, but currently we're to the point where we're really working closely with those dogs to get them more comfortable in that shelter facility, and that occurs certainly through training. And so we are using clicker training and rewards. And now, it used to be you would walk into the shelter and the dogs would be barking, and you could tell just their stress level was very high.
Exactly.
And now we're working closely with the clicker training and our staff. And you walk in, we have classical music playing, and you walk in and it's quiet. The dogs come up, sit down, and it just allows them the opportunity to present themselves better, to increase the likelihood of their adoption.
It is, and that's huge. You know, it is huge, because I even wrote a story about dogs being in shelters and how sad it was coming, the dog on the, just lost and alone and on the street, and the dog comes in. Well, it's already stressed.
Oh, yes.
So even giving a test for this dog as far as temperament goes is not terribly fair, you know, and it exacerbates as they are in the shelter. So this is it's a wonderful thing. I'm going to come up and visit that.
Oh, we would love to.
I would love to see you.
Love to have you.
This is, as I say, that's huge, and the first time that I've heard of something like this, so it's very encouraging.
We also have volunteers that come in very regularly, almost on a daily basis, and they have been trained by one of our main volunteers to, and working with Kim, to learn how to handle the dogs, especially the large dogs, so that they go out on walks in the neighborhood and they're taught, you know, heel, walking, setting.
So basically what I hear you saying is that Kim Bowman actually helps in this. She guides people to teach the dogs how to do the different things. Is that right?
She certainly has helped us. She's one of many trainers that we work with, and we appreciate all of their help and input.
Yeah, it's vitally important. Folks, this is, every one of the SPCAs is so important because they do complete the job with getting a dog a home. The dogs that come in desperate and unhappy, you know, these facilities take them and it makes them more comfortable, as you say. So it gets a dog adopted. The foster homes are so valuable because they're again, the atmosphere is very calm. So what, do you have a few cats? Because my friend Mack has cats.
We certainly do have a few cats. We have a few. We have 8 different cat colony rooms. And an isolation room, so our animals come in and they can, you know, kind of go through a period of time so we can assess their health, vaccinate, and make it so that their transition into our shelter for their stay until they're adopted, we try to maintain very high quality health for them. And they have playrooms. We also have an online site you can go to our website, enidspca.org, where you can play with the animals remotely. We have some remotely controlled toys in one of our cat rooms where we can really allow those cats to be entertained and hopefully increase their adoptability by someone being tempted with the play.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is. That's a wonderful concept. I'm just thrilled to death for it. And during this contest, of course, the contest was for the trainers who their students, there was so much value between them. And so Kim has won this contest, and she is going to give you, through me, a check for $500 for the SPCA. And we actually had a $100 gift certificate for her, and we had a plaque. If you want to read this.
I will.
And then I will give it to Kim when you see her, because she will be back.
Absolutely.
So read that to us.
We'll be happy to do that. Dog Talk celebrates the value of Oklahoma dog trainers. Our congratulations, Kimberly Bowman, Oklahoma's 2016 Obedience Trainer of the Year, for the great gift of knowledge to your students, enabling their joys in dog ownership.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Thank you for what you do. It takes everybody. I hate to quote somebody don't care a whole lot about, but it takes a village.
It does take a village, absolutely.
So I hope that you will keep us informed and updated on what's going on, because we would like to hear, because as I say, I'd like to see your facility. It sounds wonderful, very innovative.
We're extremely proud of it, and we work very hard at improving it.
How many animals do you have in that shelter?
Well, it will vary. We can have anywhere from 40 to 60 animals, and it also depends on the size, because sometimes we might have small dogs, Chihuahuas or a litter come in, and we try not to keep litters until they're old enough and have had all their vaccinations, especially for parvo. But we'll have a group of Chihuahuas come in, and you can have Beverly Hills Chihuahua going on, and they'll be playing around in the yard once they've gone through their health.
I love it.
Yes.
Oh, that's excellent. Well, as I say, if you will keep us updated, and we'll call from time to time and find out how things are. And if you have a wish list or something, you can give that to me, and we'll see about getting that completed.
Certainly.
So we're going to take a quick break, folks, and when we come back, we're going to talk with Trish Clark.
A1 Pet Emporium is Oklahoma's authority on healthy nutrition for dogs and cats. Quality does not have to cost more, and we only have the best. If your pet suffers from allergies, digestive issues, skin infections, or hair loss, it may be the result of their diet. A1 Pet Emporium can help. We offer pet portraits monthly, adorable rescue animals every Saturday from noon to 4, and free dog and cat food samples. Locally owned and operated, we want to be your neighborhood pet store.
When the temperature drops below freezing, and a dog's body temperature drops below the normal range of 101 to 102 degrees, down to 95 or less, hypothermia becomes a probability. Please, don't let that happen. Your dog is part of your family. He's kin. So bring him in. I just love it when my viewers call in or email me and say, I have a question about this or I have a question about that. And I always try to find the experts because it's very important that we give the exact, correct knowledge of it. So Trish Clark, you are my expert today, and I appreciate you being here.
Not a problem.
You have met Mack Troy.
I did, thank you.
And so one of the big questions that I get, that is the mass of people who ask me this question, what do I feed a dog? Is it different for a puppy than it is for a grown dog? And how do I feed it then? Do I change its food as it grows older? So I came to you and I said, tell me about this.
Okay, there's so many ways. Pet food is so complicated. I mean, there's so many things you can do. Typically speaking, your puppy needs a higher calorie food, a little bit more calories and protein and so forth like that because they're growing, so they're burning off all that.
Calcium, everything that goes into the growing bones and things.
Right. So most people will stick with a puppy food anywhere from up to about 9 months to 14 months. It just depends on the dog. There's also large breed formulas, which are a little bit lower on the calcium and phosphorus side because you don't want their bones growing too fast. So there is a large breed formula. So if you've got a dog that's going to be close to 100 pounds or over, you might want to consider a large breed puppy. Also, people will feed puppy foods if maybe they've adopted a dog or found a dog on the side of the road that's really malnourished, very, very skinny, just to help put some weight on that dog. So that's another time that people sometimes will feed a puppy food. Typically around a year old, you want to then graduate your dog to an adult formula.
Okay.
And it's just kind of like us as humans, as we grow old, our metabolism kind of slows down. So that's kind of how your progression with your dog foods kind of work. So, you kind of just want to, step up a little bit and kind of follow their age range. There are some brands that have a small breed formula, and typically your biggest difference between just a regular adult and a small breed is size of kibble. It doesn't really have to do anything with the formula changes or anything like that, but if you've got, a 3-pound Yorkie, they probably can't eat a large kibble. So you might want to either look for a food that's smaller in kibble or
exactly.
One that's
and the
geared towards
crunchiness in a kibble. Generally, when a dog is a senior, a basic, definite senior, they don't have the teeth that can crunch through some of those things. So you feed a softer?
You can feed a softer food. You can even consider soaking the dry food in water, or we now have a new product. It's really cool. It's called broth bowls. So it's just adding kind of a non-sodium based broth to their food to help soften it up. You can even add a little bit of canned food. I grew up, you don't want to feed your dog canned food. It rots their teeth. Well, that's not quite so accurate. As long as they're having things to chew on and things like that.
And as long as the
canned food is not bad.
As good things are in that canned food.
Right,
That's the
exactly. And
important
that's the important thing with any dog food, whether it be dry or canned or raw, whatever you choose to feed your dog. Just ingredients are a main important factor.
That's exactly right.
And then some people are actually moving over to an all life stages food, and I brought one here to kind of show you.
Stand that up, maybe we can get a picture of it.
If you think about dogs in the wild, what are they eating as puppies? They're eating the same thing mom and dad are eating. So, puppy food, while it's great and it's a little bit higher in calories, it's not necessarily always the most important thing. So if you have multiple dogs at home, you have anything ranging from puppy to senior, and you don't want to buy 2 or 3 different, types of food, you can consider, in all life stages. So it's good for all ages.
And that's really so important to know, because there is a difference, folks. You don't feed a puppy something that an adult would eat. Obviously, it's harder for them to digest. Obviously, they can't break the kibble with their teeth, so they're getting more whole volumes down their stomach, you know, and you can have some problems there. I tell you, you go into A1 and Pet Emporium and they will tell you everything you need to know about nutrition.
Yeah.
I am thoroughly convinced. Now, my friend Mack has asked me about cats.
Right.
Because he is a cat man.
Yes.
So
He informed me on that.
So tell us what you have for cats.
You know, we have the same thing. We have a great kitten food. We have some incredible adult foods, and we also have some seniors and some trims. Now, I will tell you,
what kind of changes in the stages as your cat gets older do you need to make?
Well, that's a great question. I will tell you that, like, I had a cat to live to be almost 20 years old. Typically, when you look at a senior formula, it will also say weight management or weight control, because as they, and this is the same way with dogs, as they get older, you typically need less calories, because they tend to not be as active as they were when they were younger.
They also have some hairball control things, and I don't know how well they work.
You know, honestly, a lot of times it's just if your cat's getting enough moisture in their diet and they're being fed a good food. Cats are more carnivorous than dogs, so they really need a more meat-rich protein diet than dogs do. So, you know, if you're feeding a good food, so I've seen people that come in with major hairball problems and they switch to a better brand, and it goes away. So, but what I was going to say on my cat, when he was 20, he was a skeleton, and so why I felt like he was a senior, I did not put him on a senior formula because he needed that extra protein.
Yeah, you find those things out.
Calories.
And it's wonderful that a person can come in and talk to you about their dog and that you can facilitate an answer for them, because that is so
Yeah,
true.
because not all two dogs are alike. So, you know.
That's exactly. Or cats.
Right, and that's why people come in and they're like, you've got way too many foods to choose from. Well, you know, not one.
I never say that.
Not one brand fits all
That's
dogs.
right, and
or
it's
all
good to have the
cats.
knowledge of it. Thanks so much for coming, Trish. We appreciate it. Every time you come, we get well informed, and that's the purpose of this show. So
thank you for having me.
We enjoyed seeing you guys. You take care and have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
We're talking about dogs. Talking about big dogs, talking about little dogs, oh yeah. Chasing the ball, chasing the cat, digging holes, thing like that. Dogs, talking about dogs. Laughing dogs, sad dogs, happy dogs, mad dogs, dogs. Just talking about dogs. Lost and alone, running the street, checking the garbage, looking to eat. Out there sad and on their own, the law will get them if they got no home. Dogs, talking about dogs. Dogs, we're talking about dogs. You say they were angels sent from above, then a year or two later you fell out of love. You dumped them, man, and kicked them out. Now what the heck was that about? Dogs. We're talking about dogs. Dogs, them poor little dogs. Talking about big dogs, talking about a little dog, oh yeah. Chasing the ball, chasing the cat, digging the hole, things like that. Dogs, we're talking about dogs. Laughing dogs, sad dogs.